Welcome back to the Big Biz Show. We've got Cassidy Smith at the bar, and I am Mary Burke Godwin here on the female-friendly version of the Big Biz Show.
Wherever you're watching, wherever you're listening.
Wherever you're watching, wherever you're listening. 80 million homes around the country, around the world, actually. Wherever you're listening, because we're on all the podcast platforms, too. All the ships at sea. We are the Big Biz Show, and we have a very, we love this guest. His name is Doron Kempel. He is the founder and CEO of Arbond, Inc., ticker symbol OBAI. They are redefining personal security through AI-powered preventative personal security.
Thank you for having me.
You know, last time you were on, we kind of did another deep dive into what your company does. Now I'd like to talk about the business aspect of it and how things are going today with Arbond. Can you give us an overview on how things are for you guys right now?
As we know, the market is very large because we can see how everyone who has a smartphone would benefit from this service. We believe that this should be as ubiquitous as insurance. As we switched from 2025 to 2026, we basically shifted from focusing on going public, which was quite an effort and quite expensive. And now that we have access to more capital, the focus is on growth. So let's see how we're doing in terms of growth. We're the first mover. There is no competition that we see, and we believe that the moat, the defensibility of what we do is very robust. So it's going to be very difficult for somebody else to try and do what we do. In my estimation, it'll require a similar investment to what we've made, about $100 million, in probably 2-3 years until they are where we were a while ago. All along, we're winning deals with the largest companies in the world. Those companies, these visionaries, we need to give them credit for taking care of their employees when they're outside of the building in a manner that has never been possible before Bond. So the largest companies in the world, like one of the 3 largest companies in the world in terms of employees, one of the 3 largest companies in terms of revenues, one of the 3 largest companies in retail, in smartphones, in telco, in media entertainment. All of those are one of the 3 largest in their categories. And now, just recently, we've announced, you've seen the press releases, that cities are now starting to buy the Bond service for their residents. We announced a city of 270,000 residents.
Wow.
Where the mayor has bought the service for all residents. Think about that. What a new channel that is for getting the product or the service in the hands of people. Absolutely. So we are very excited about all of that. This is basically a realization of our vision, our strategy, and our business model. We've started investing more in growth earlier in the year. Of course, it's going to take time for that to yield, but we've already started seeing it yield, and we've just announced the deals that I just referenced with cities, with universities. And we just closed a $3 million deal, which I announced. So I'm very happy. More to come. 2 thumbs up on the business direction.
Amazing. So, taking that a step further for investors who are watching our show and Bond's growth, can you just talk a little bit about your balance sheet and how things are going there?
Sure. So what people sometimes ask me is, what is the focus and how do you balance that with cash and with burn rate? So first of all, let's talk about cash. So if you just read the balance sheet, you say, Doron, there is a gap between the cash that you have on hand and your burn rate because you want to grow. And I say that is true, but let's peel that onion and think about it. This company has very deep-pocketed investors, including myself, who've been supporting the company since COVID. And these deep-pocketed investors, people who own brands that we all know, sports franchises, etc., invest a lot of capital, are committed to this company because they believe in the promise. So I'm not too concerned about the cash position. The question is how to fund growth while stomaching the dilution, because right now there is a massive misalignment between the value and the potential of this opportunity of this company and what's the price per share is. Now, that misalignment is normal. It's a misalignment that Amazon faced years ago when their stock was about $1. And we need to manage it as a company who went through a direct listing and now needs to help the market understand what's going on here and basically align this dissonance and grow out of the position we're in. So I'm not concerned about cash. As CEO, I need to be concerned about everything, and I need to be mindful. But I'm not concerned about the cash from the sense of concern for the company, just a concern for dilution, because I'm responsible for all the investors. And as you know, I've invested over $30 million in this company, so I'm also concerned for my position in terms of stock.
You have some skin
so
in the
bottom
game.
line is, go ahead, sorry.
No, yeah, you have some skin in the game, so you are wanting it to succeed.
A lot of skin.
Yeah.
So, a lot of skin in the game. So basically, we need to focus on growth. We're a first mover. This is a huge opportunity, and we need to make sure that we don't lose this pole position and that we're in a position to realize great opportunities. For when a city tells us, go ahead, onboard my 270,000 people, that takes an effort, requires programs, and we need to be able to mobilize very quickly in order to address these emerging opportunities. I will tell you that I was in Europe 2 weeks ago. I met with the mayor of one of the most prominent cities in Europe on the Mediterranean, and then I met with the prime minister. It's not exactly the title, but it is kind of the prime minister of Monaco. And I met these people because they want to meet and they want to understand how they can help their residents of the country of Monaco, residents of the city that is not too far away, to feel and be safer. So I'm confident that this is just a matter of time. This is going to become the standard for taking care of our family members, our employees, our customers, students of universities, residents of our cities.
I feel safer every time we talk. He is Doron Kempel. He is the CEO and founder of Our Bond Inc. That's ticker symbol OBAI on the Nasdaq. Cassidy, I know you have a question for Doron.
Yeah, Doron, so we've had some viewers inquire about your share price and Nasdaq compliance. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So when you experience this misalignment between the great opportunity that we have and the price per share that is ridiculously low right now, that's not an investment recommendations, ladies and gentlemen, but do what's right for you and for your families. But when you're in this particular situation and the price per share drops below $1, then Nasdaq needs to follow the protocol. They tell you, hey, Doron, you're going to have to fix this situation. And fixing this situation, let me just put it in perspective. So when Nasdaq is voicing concerns, typically it has to do with the price per share being below $1. I'm confident that in the next 180 days that's going to fix itself. We just need to continue doing our job, reporting to the market so people understand the magnitude of the opportunity, and I'm confident that the price per share will fix itself. The second aspect that could be an issue with Nasdaq is the overall valuation of the company, which is a matter of calculating the price per share multiplied by the common shares specifically. Remember that most of the shareholders in bond hold their shares in preferred. Me, for example, all of my shares are held in preferred. If I were to just convert all of my holdings through an entity called Productive from preferred to common, then the price per share needs to be just a little bit below $1 in order for us to meet the compliance requirements. So of course, as a CEO, I need to be focused and diligent about everything, but am I concerned that over the next 180 days, all of these issues will not be solved? I'm not concerned. They are going to be solved.